popular perennials. And perennials, of course, are the plants that bloom year after year after year. They're going to be all long bloomers, so you'll have great, beautiful cut flowers for months. They'll attract the the pollinators, all your butterflies. But I want you to know, you get to pick which one you want, and then you'll get 3 of each. So you let us know, do you want 3 of that Agastache mango? Would you prefer 3 of that white mountain Shasta daisy, which you see right here? Or do you want 3 of the Lavender Dilly, which is a particularly wonderful breed of lavender? It's compact and very, very fragrant. So you will get 3 of the plant you choose. So it's not 1 of each. You get 3 of the lavender, the Agastache, or that white mountain Shasta daisy. So Katie, and this is, by the way, the only order of the season. Notice the cost. All 3 plants, 4 easy payments of $7.30, and that's free shipping and handling. Anyone who does their plant shopping online knows that the shipping and handling is usually where they get you, right? That's where you look at your cart and you're like, wait, how's that bill? So hi, we are not charging shipping and handling, so you get them home, $29.20. Katie, why did you decide to do this? Because this is sort of a different approach to what we've seen in the past.
Oh, I love that, because we look back through our collections and we see some standouts. So every year there are plants that are some of the most popular. So I guess we could say, backed by popular demand, you know, we wanted to give you the choice, but let you know that these are some of our most popular plants, some of our easiest to grow plants, some of our best performers. At Cottage Farms, we call some of our plants perpetuals. When you see that word perpetual, you know that it blooms and blooms and blooms. So we've picked 3 of those plants that are going to do that for you, and you get to pick. Do you want to have that white, bright light, that happy face of the daisy? You know, and this daisy is going to not peter out in the summer sun like some other daisies do. It will bloom all summer long. I love white in the garden, Sandra. It's like a great pair of white pants. You know, it makes any outfit. It makes any garden. You have to have some white plants in your garden.
Nice.
And so similarly with the lavender and the hummingbird mint, they're just some of those easy care plants that every garden should have.
Awesome. Okay, so I just want to show you, if you get the white Shasta daisies, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get 3 plants that look like this, or you will get 3 of that hummingbird mint, or you will get 3 of the lavender, which, oh my gosh, just even squeezing it, it already smells so good when you give it just like a little touch with your fingers. All right, let's go through. Let's start with this hummingbird mint, the Agastache mango. Why do you love this?
So this is that, hummingbird mint, so it's going to attract our hummingbirds, our butterflies, our pollinator friends. Plus, going back to that perpetual, this is going to bloom like an annual. You know, we do have some patients coming up later in the show. They bloom all summer long, but our perennials oftentimes just have one part of the season, maybe spring, summer, fall. Not the hummingbird mint. They will bloom for you nonstop. You know, that's why we call them perpetuals. Plus, this hummingbird mint has a really unusual color. You know, this orange, this mango, as it's called, the mango tango. It's really fun, and it's a great color. Both the flowers and the leaves, the foliage, are scented. So you're getting that like double power, this double knockout here.
It's so nice.
Yeah, the leaves have like a minty scent when you crush them, which is a little signal to you to know that deer and rabbit don't typically like those. So you've got the hummingbirds on these, but not our friends that we don't want to invite to our garden.
Awesome. All right, let's actually talk a little bit now, because of the time, about our white Shasta daisies. So you see that mango tango Agastache there, but let's talk about the white mountain Shasta daisies. I am so glad you get an opportunity to get 3 of these for 4 easy payments of $7.30, free shipping and handling. Why did this make the cut as some of your most popular perennials?
So every garden needs white. I think every garden needs that. It helps highlight your other plants. Plus, these are going to be a great cut flower. All 3 of these actually make great cut flowers. If you do decide that you want to pick up, actually now you're saying, oh, I want 9 of these plants to make my own little pollinator garden. But these plants make great cut flowers. You know, the he loves me not. They're going to bloom all summer long. They're actually nice 2 feet tall maybe in the garden. So if you think about, they stand sturdy and tall, so they're great for walkways. They're great for garden beds. They even work in containers.
Okay, now, most popular right now is that lavender, the Lavender Dilly. So there are so many different varieties of lavender. In fact, coming up in this show, we're going to do white lavender, which is pretty exciting. But why the Lavender Dilly?
So we've picked Lavender Dilly. I mean, it's a great traditional standout lavender.
Boy,
So
it's
it's going to
pretty.
have that beautiful color, right? So some of our lavenders are a deeper purple, some of them aren't as purple. This one's going to have that nice violet color. Plus, it's going to be a standard lavender that's going to perform for you. It's drought tolerant. Of course, it attracts the pollinators and the fragrance. So here we've also have the flowers and the leaves. The foliage are edible and they're fragrant. You can use them in baking. You can use them in, spa. If you want to make your own crushed sachets. There's so many uses for lavender. It's a nice height too, so it's not going to flop over. This dilly is about 18 inches tall. So I have had lavender that can get to be 2 feet, 2.5 feet tall. A big windstorm, Sandra, comes along and where'd my lavender go? It fell over. So this one's going to withstand because those windstorms, those summer rainstorms we get, because it's not as tall as some of the other varieties.
So you just let us know, do you want that Agastache mango that you just saw, that Hummingbird Mint, these beautiful White Mountain Shasta daisies, or the Lavender Dilly? Now, Katie, the flowers all are very different, and I love this because we've got different colors, different shapes, slightly different heights. If you do want to pick up more than one set, maybe you want to mix your Shasta daisies with your Lavender Dilly, that would be really beautiful. Maybe you really want to go for it and pick up a set of each, and now suddenly you're going to have 9 plants. Well, there's your little garden right there for you. They all have kind of similar qualities when it comes to how they're going to grow. These all like sun, and they all love to be little bloom machines, right, Katie? So really, it's like they will all work in basically the same conditions.
Exactly. And so if you did want to pick them all up, you could absolutely do that. Now, your lavender and your hummingbird mint will be a little smaller, so think about that, placing them in the garden. Your Shasta daisies are going to be a little taller, maybe 2 feet tall, so you can put them towards the back. But these will work all across your garden. They'll work in containers. They'll work together. They play nicely with all kinds of other plants. In fact, lavender, and we have a Rio Samba rose coming up in the show. Lavender and roses are some of the best companion plants.
I love that.
They really work so nicely and play so nicely with other plants. So they're kind of, think about your summer garden right now where you have some holes, where you have to put mulch down, or where you have to weed. These are the spots you want to plug in, as long as it's a sunny spot.
Well, when I plan my garden, and this is the time of year every year where I start, I'll plot it on paper, and if you saw my spreadsheet on my computer, you'd think I was some kind of maniac when I have all my plants, and I don't.
I love it.
I don't suggest that for anyone. It's a little obsessive, but the thing about it is, when I look for plants that are going to bloom for a really long time, and if it's a perennial, even better, because that means it's year after year of blooming. So I always look for plants that bloom for a long time, and that's really what you're getting here. Just let us know, do you want 3 of the Lavender Dilly, 3 of the White Shasta daisies, or that 3 of the Mango Agastache? All right, let's take a little look at where all these plants come from. It's the Cottage Farms Nursery.